when you cultivate Kayanupassana, the last category of practice, which is the 9 stages of 7-3 decomposition. When the form is devoid of consciousness, this understanding very important. When our physical form is devoid of the mind or consciousness, or when the consciousness has departed or come out of this body's 4 elements, which goes the way of nature, then it will decay. Then there is no more feeling, no more perception, no more activity of mind or mental state, and no more consciousness. That's why you cannot feel anything. There is no suffering. There is no more mind to develop the attachment and the suffering. You will understand without mind, there is nothing. Then you move on to the understanding of the mind. You can then check, is feeling really me? Are perception really me? Are the mental states of mind, mental activity, mental volition, or whatever sankhara that arise, are they really me? Because when they arise and pass away, did you die? This nature never died. So how can they be you? They arise and pass away because they are conditioned arising Dhamma, hence impermanent and not you. So you have to understand this. If you attach and cling to feeling, to perception, to mental states, your views, your opinion, and your conditioning, you will suffer. Even when you are attached to consciousness, you will also. Then you will come to realize that the final summary, as proclaimed by the Buddha, is so true. It's attachment that conditions suffering. So this part is on the contemplation. Then you can move into the other realities of the first noble truth, the second noble truth, the third noble truth, and the fourth noble truth. Again, you can go for the first turning, second turning, which is the contemplation, and the third turning, which is the meditative or meditation. Where when you really meditate, the wisdom that arises is bhavana maya panya, wisdom born of bhavana, which is the meditative training or the meditation itself. It doesn't involve the thought or any contemplation anymore. That's why the turning is all about meditative. It's just a silent mind that is aware. It will awaken to the universal characteristics of all phenomena. That's why you must be aware of the 4 foundations of mindfulness. The first foundation is Kayanupassana, where you first train your mind in anapanasati to develop sati. Then after that, you are ready to move on to cultivate the mindfulness of the 4 bodily posture, followed by the mindfulness of all your movements in the present moment. And that is the daily mindfulness training, or mindfulness and clear comprehension, cultivation, sati sampajana. When you develop this, you are cultivating the third turning, your insight into phenomena, the 3 universal characteristics of impermanent, suffering state, and non-self or empty nature of existence. When you have the initial understanding, then you will start to have an understanding of why the Buddha said that the 5 aggregate of form and mind are impermanent, leading to suffering. Hence, non-self, empty, not me. That is the beginning of the cultivation of no mark, no mark of a self. If you don't even exist, how can others exist? That's why no mark of others too, no mark of your loved ones, and all those things. Then there is no reality, no mark of life. Everything is dependent, originating, condition arising, and just a causal phenomenon, a phenomenal world of consciousness. Mind make our day, hence no reality. Then when this understanding deepens, as you silence your mind to awaken to their universal characteristic, you will become transformed, completely different. After that, you can reflect and contemplate until your understanding becomes very clear and very stable. Then in the midst of your daily life, as you continue to be silent, aware, and mindful, all of a sudden, one day, you will come upon an insight that will allow you to understand deeply and clearly the 3 universal characteristics That is all of a sudden you will awaken to the three universal characteristics of anicca, dukkha, and anatta, because everything is just the way it is. These are the universal characteristics inherent in all phenomena. That's why you will realize that all phenomena, be they physical or mental or nature's phenomena, they exhibit these three universal characteristics. Then you will start to understand that truth is everywhere in the midst of life and nature. The universal characteristics of impermanent, suffering state, and non-self or empty nature characteristics are everywhere. This is the truth, the reality, which is everywhere in the midst of life and nature. Then the question is, why can't you see? That's why I always say, for those who see, the enlightened ones, they always see. There is the final awakening leading to liberation of mind from all bondage. When you have that understanding after the awakening, it means your mindfulness is already very stable. Then in the midst of life and nature, the characteristics of nature are everywhere, so clear, so vivid, and so beautiful. And that will allow you to further develop the contemplative wisdom until this understanding becomes very stable. Then there is no more doubt. That's how you liberate your mind. When there is no more doubt, you will have at least cleared the first stage of sainthood, which means the first three fetters that binds living being to this world are already severed. There are a total of 10 fetters. The first one is sacrality or self-delusion. The second one is attachment to rites and rituals. You won't believe all this rite and ritual anymore because you have understood that there is no permanent unchanging entity within the form and mind that we can call this is me, this is I. And therefore, all this can be mine. So all the so-called fortune teller story or predict after you die already you become one, forget about it. Because there is no reality. Who died? What died? Nothing died. But the form and mind is different. The form and mind has its karmic, is subject to karma. That one, it will continue. That's why the teaching teaches to understand it clearly, not to be deluded by all this. So when you understand all this, whatever people tell you about beliefs, rites and ritual or tradition, you can forget about it. Means they don't understand. They try to deceive people, delude people. They themselves also not sure. They also don't understand. But if you look at it, it is good money. And they can put a lot of fear into people who uh, don't understand and tend to like develop the fear. Out of fear, what you do? You tend to believe. You say, then what must I do? Then they say, oh, you must follow my advice. You must do this, do that, and all those things. Then you believe. That's why you become gullible. When you understand the Dhamma, the truth, all this, no more meaning. What is most important? Take care of karma. That's why I say feng shui has its own limitation. There is a science on feng shui, but it's limited because it plays such a minor role in life. The main one is the law of karma. If you don't take care of karma, whatever feng shui is not going to help you much, I tell you. Like the Buddha say, we are all born our karma, heir to our karma, conditions support our karma, and we are what we are because of karma. You are not born of your feng shui. No matter what feng shui you do, if you don't take care of karma, sorry to say, that's it, finish. But if you take care of karma, then the real thing will happen. That's why the teaching is so different from what is believed, traditional societies, belief systems, and all those things. Okay, we go back to the sharing. Then even if people were to tell you after you die, you will become one and one, you will know that there is no such thing. where this is only the form and mind, hence not me and no reality. The form and mind is never me because there is no more delusion, sakkaditi, self-delusion. You won't believe in rites and ritual, and you will not be gullible anymore. The third factor is the faith in the teaching, the triple gem, the Buddha, Dhamma, the Sangha. It will become unshakable. Because by then, the understanding is already so clear. Nature's law, the existential law, and all of the five universal order, Pancha-niyama, will also become very clear to you. That's why you will have no more doubt, and your faith will be unshakable. And you will come to understand that the triple gem with the teachings of the Four Noble Truths is a secret of life. You will understand them. You will have no more doubt in this teaching because it's all about truth, the Four Noble Truths. These Four Noble Truths are universal truth because the moment you understand them, you can become noble ones or enlightened ones. It's like the secret of life. When you understand the secret of life, you will know how to live life. And then you are not deluded or deceived by the form and mind anymore. Because you know this is not me, but only a karmically conditioned form and mind, or vehicle and tool for us to come to this existential world.